Welcome everyone to another episode of Hazard Time Gets Lost. I'm your host Liam, joined again by Dimitri, and today we're talking about episode 4 of season 1, Walkabout.
Do you want my notes for this episode?
Yeah, we can go through them.
Because I decided to take notes because I was gonna watch it and then it was gonna be a little bit after we did this. So I'm sure you're gonna find these really useful.
I, I bet, but
Here,
I think
I'll send them to you over. Actually, you know what? I'll just send them over the normal chat so Richard can try to make heads or tails of this.
that sounds good. Uh, this is like a key episode in
This
this
is a good
season.
episode.
I think this is like the episode that won over people. Like if you weren't on board by episode 3, this episode won you over.
I could see that.
It shows you why they got Terry O'Quinn on board.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking the whole time. It's just he's just
He
good.
is just so damn good, and
And he's not like the thing is he's not playing any like crazy character here. Not totally crazy yet, but like
yeah, he's a guy, but he's just a normal guy, but he plays it so real. Like there's
well
so much
and
depth and emotion behind what he's doing.
because he's even able to like before they go on the boar hunt, like right when he starts talking about the boars, I'm sitting there thinking like this guy's got he's kind of fraud. Like I'm getting fraud from this guy.
Hmm.
And like it just gave me that vibe. So it's like he's able to convey, which also probably other stuff going on there, but like I could tell like this guy has never done this before.
Right, but this is one of these episodes where I feel like the present day plot is not as significant as what's going on in
The flashback,
yeah.
yeah. Well,
Because
yeah. I mean, this is. I mean, literally, we're introducing more Locke than we were Kate.
yeah, and I had this thing one of the other times I was talking about Lost, uh, where I said Locke flashbacks are just when the writers decide like how miserable can we make Locke, how miserable and pathetic and depressing can we
Yeah.
make Locke's life. And they do this every time there's a Locke flashback episode. They give Locke nothing.
Oh, see, I'm starting to remember a little bit more. Like, I don't remember the specifics, but now I remember there being episodes of like crappy Locke life.
Yeah, like every time Locke has a flashback, even like the good things, at like when he's happy, that like the end of the flashback will just take that away from him. Like, nope. Like, oh, you're happy here? No, well, you don't get to be here anymore. Like, oh, like nope, nope.
Well, and that's probably. I mean, that has to do with him getting on the island and being like immediate.
Yeah,
Well, I guess anybody would be, but like immediately happy.
yeah.
Like, oh, something good. This is better. Like, actually, no strings attached. This is good.
And it's like what the flashbacks do so genius in this is just like the slowly devolving the character. They're just you think, oh, he has this, but like no, they're just constantly taking away.
You know, he's got a girl. No, no, he doesn't.
It's like it opens up. He answers his phone like, Colonel. You think he's some? Yes, this is the Colonel. You think he's some top secret guy? Like, no, he's just working in a. He's an office drone, right?
Well, then he's an and you're like, well, maybe there's something else going on. Maybe this is just like a cover up for it. And like, nope, no, this is just a game.
And you could think maybe he's a retired. Maybe he's a
Yeah,
retired colonel working in an office. Like, no, he never served in the armed forces. He's got a. He's got a
Randy, new
real
new favorite
douchebag
character,
boss.
Randy.
You like Randy, huh?
Yeah, Randy's great, man. Really building up Locke, building up his resilience. He's
You'll
doing
see
it
Randy.
for the good of him.
You'll see Randy again, so don't worry.
Randy came off as like some sort of like pre Eric Andre, like just worse.
he is terrible. Like
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. Like there's no reason for him to just like put him down so much. Like
Yeah,
okay, man.
like he's almost doing it to just see how far he could go. Like how shitty can I be? Let's just keep this up. I'm on a roll.
I want this guy. I hope this motherfucker rolls off the building and kills himself.
And see, I already knew that, like, I guess twist or whatever with his wheelchair,
Yeah.
but that would have been something interesting to kind of see how many people, like, how people thought of that when it first happened. You know.
I thought it was huge. I mean, I think it's a big part of the longevity of the show and like, you know, the significance to his character. Like he's free of this thing.
Though I was like, did he say he was only? Has this only been going on for 4 years? He said something about like I've been dealing with this for 4 years.
I think so. That might sound that sounds right.
So he's been in a wheelchair for 4 years.
Yeah.
See, that doesn't seem like that long. I was thinking
Long
it was like a
enough.
lot long enough. Yeah, I know. Right? Hey, just a 4 year, bit of an amateur. But I was thinking it was like lifelong. Which is almost worse. But
Well, I don't know. I think if you would want to, if you were in a wheelchair, you would want to be in it your whole life.
well, that's
You
what I
know,
was thinking. Is
you don't want to know what you're missing.
yeah. I
Like
guess like
I guess maybe if you're like, maybe if you're somewhat young and you lose your legs, you adapt. But he's old. This is supposed to be like his time. He's supposed to retire and enjoy life.
yeah.
You can't even ride on the roller coasters anymore, man. Poor Locke.
I will say one thing. I had to be in a wheelchair for like a day, and
You
that
were zooming around the airport, right?
yeah, and that I just felt, which I'm not saying, I felt completely helpless, like to the point where it's just frustratingly so, and like you don't want to ask people for help, and it's like the worst. And
Well,
so like having people probably when you actually figure out how to do things on your own, then when people are telling you you can't do that,
yeah.
you get that's where Locke is coming from.
I think a key thing here too is they do enough other stuff to show you Locke's life is miserable. Like, so they're not saying like, oh, they're not saying like people in wheelchairs aren't automatically miserable. I'm sure there's
No.
several people in wheelchairs who
Well,
are
no, what
living
they've
great
done
lives
is
out
they've shown that Locke is miserable being in a wheelchair. He is miserable.
there. And he would be
It's
miserable
not,
right now if he wasn't in a wheelchair.
yeah.
Like having that shitty job and not having a relationship. Nobody. It's just almost like the wheelchair is like the final nail in the coffin. Like, and he
Well,
can't even walk.
and also they show his apartment and it's just decorated in things that he wishes he can do.
Yeah, he's talking to Helen, the sex operator, I guess.
I guess so. I don't, I don't know. Like it sounds like he's just talking to Helen, so there was nothing else going on.
Well, yeah, I mean, it sounds like he's just talking to a sex operator, but like not actually doing like the sex part, just
Yeah. But
chatting.
89.95 an hour. That's steep. Or is it?
I mean,
I guess it's not that bad, but it is just
back
a phone. So
back then it was probably kind of bad, but I
yeah,
mean,
back then.
how good is he doing? Like he's an office drone with, you assume he's
Yeah,
gonna
but
have,
he's office drone, one room, one bedroom apartment.
but plenty of bills too. I'm sure medical shit. Not like, this is America, and none of that's cheap.
Yeah, yeah, wheelchair. That automatically means he's losing out on money.
He's paying. He still got a loan out on the wheelchair.
Yeah, those things actually can be pretty expensive. Even just a bare bones wheelchair, they make you charge like insurance for like thousands of dollars.
which is insane.
Did you take a look at my notes?
Oh, uh, you didn't send them in the.
Send them
You
in
didn't
the.
send them.
I sent. Oh, I sent him to Richard specifically. That's even better.
He's gonna have no idea what you're
Well, I'm
talking
gonna
about.
send him to you specifically. I was gonna send him in the group.
Okay, well, let's. I Quinn. Who's I Quinn?
I don't know. This is just what these are the notes I take on my phone. Like why it's in the episode? I have no recollection of any of this.
Fun flashlight. That must be Locke and Jack when they got the Locke's got. I mean, no, not Locke. Sawyer and Jack. Jack's got the little tiny flashlight, and Sawyer has the big hefty flashlight. It's supposed to be like a dick joke, I suppose.
I see. I didn't get that at all. I don't think Fun Flashlight is referring to that. So
Well,
that's a good observation. That's great, but Fun Flashlight is not referring to that because I didn't catch it.
well, fun flashlight has to be referring to them with their flashlights.
I don't think so because I don't remember having any sort of like opinion on that part.
I think it's the only time flashlights are in the episode, so it has to be.
Maybe Fun Flashlight. I don't think so. Unless Sawyer says like, oh, "What are you doing with your fun flashlight?" or something. But
Mm, I don't know, man.
burning bodies.
I love like it's just more of people questioning Jack. Because they're like, Jack's gonna burn the bodies, and Saeed just like, no, you can't do that. But like, Saeed's offering no alternative.
Yeah, this is more so just
He's
let's
like, you
get
can't
on
just
Jack
burn
for
them. Like,
something.
okay, Saeed, what are we supposed to do? You're talking about like, don't know their religion. Like, what are you gonna do? Interview them to find out what their wishes are? Like, you don't have their wills. Like,
That's another thing. Is like this is I don't know. It's like a fabricated issue, like a TV show issue. Like I legitimately think in the heat of the moment, nobody's gonna have a problem with this. I don't truly
yeah,
believe that. Like if there was a literal plane full of dead bodies, so it's like one of those just kind of like tiny little. Well, let's just have more conflict in the TV show.
yeah. I feel like it's just kind of they need people questioning Jack because Jack definitely becomes in this Jack definitely becomes in this position where I think at one point he's just like, everyone's looking at me to make decisions, but everyone's fussing about the decisions I make, or something like
Well,
that.
and no, literally like 3 times in this episode, people come up to him and be like, "Hey, Jack, can you do this thing for me? I think you should do it particularly."
Yeah, like he's working, he's tossing logs into the thing, and Boone's like, "Hey, go talk to this lady. I'm
Yeah,
I'm not doing anything."
exactly. And no, Claire goes up to him like, "We should. I think we should burn the body. I think you should say something." Like, well, why me? Like, I thought it should be you. Like, okay. And then he gets mad. He's like, "I don't want to. That's not me." And she's like, "Okay, geez,
I
I'll
guess
do
I'll
it."
do.
Like, yeah, good idea.
I love Shannon not giving a crap about Boone talking. Like that lady's been sitting there all day. She's like, "Oh, okay." Someone should go talk to her. Well, you should do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's a four-letter word for I don't care?
Oh, that's a good little side quest in the episode with Jack or Charlie and Hurley fishing. It's a
Yeah.
great moment.
And you get to see these characters bonding, interacting. They'll
Now,
become good friends.
does that happen again in the series, Charlie and Hurley fishing? Just does
I
that?
I don't think so. But I mean, they definitely hang out.
Well, because that's like when I think of Lost and the characters, that's kind of a moment that like appears of
Yeah,
them, and then like fishing and playing golf.
yeah. They definitely play a lot of golf. There's another Hurley fishing subplot, but that's just him by himself fishing.
Hmm. I guess Charlie and Hurley together is just kind of like
Yeah,
a memory thing. But those two characters just that immediately hit it off.
yeah.
Um, I'll just go down my notes. Let's see. Let's see. Was this enough? I don't know what that means. Um,
Okay.
Extras versus. I do remember that one. I was thinking, I was like, when you have the random people in the plane crash behind the main characters, you begin to remember just what it is to be a star actor and not an extra. like,
Yeah.
like these
Which,
people are just good looking. Like everybody that got starring in the show is just like, but it's almost this thing is like not even good looking, which they are, but also just easy to look at.
yeah.
It's the whole symmetry thing. Kind
No
of like,
uggos.
yeah, well, I'm saying like my face, I couldn't be on screen. People would get like exhausted looking at me.
See, if we were on Lost, we would either be one of the background extras or we would be one of the dead bodies they're about to burn.
Exactly. Yeah. I already know who I'd be. When Kimi gets on the island and starts shooting people, I'm gonna be one of the people that just run out of the building and get shot.
Yeah,
That's me.
you'd be Jerome.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Jerome. Everyone knows Jerome. Then gets Jerome and Craig, and there's a girl. I don't remember the girl's name.
Because isn't it like they specifically like don't go out there and they like go outside and like poof, just shoots
And
him.
they like come out one after another.
Yeah, like multiple times. Like boom, that would be me.
Huh? Gunshots. You would be killed just to make Sawyer angry.
Yeah. Oh, there's some good scenes coming up in this show.
Um, but in the topic of extras, and this is, I just want to say, so this plane crashes, and there's about 42, maybe 43 people alive, people who survived the plane crash, right? It's about 42 people alive. Michael picked one of two people who don't speak English
Yeah,
to
yeah, tell me
babysit his
about
kid. Like, there was no one else, Michael. You had 38 people you could have picked from. I mean, 38 other people who would have been better, Like, what's Hurley doing? Hurley can't watch your kid. I understand Jack's tossing logs. Hurley's not tossing firewood into the thing, you know.
Sounds like like Jack's over there tossing logs.
Rose is just Rose is just sitting there, like, hey, Rose,
Yeah,
watch my kid.
watch my kid.
You're gonna go sit there. I mean, Claire, why not Claire? Or one of the background extras. There's probably like 7 unnamed female survivors that could have. Like, what's his logic behind Son? Like, I saw her tits. She
It could
can
be
watch
any.
my kid.
Yeah. I let her watch my kid. She's seen my tits.
But I don't see that logic. Like, and like, how does he know she understands? Like, he communicates to her, but how does he know as soon as he turns around, she just wanders off and doesn't?
Because he just leaves his kid with her.
Like, for all he knows, she doesn't watch him at all because she had no idea what she's saying.
Jin's gonna be like, he's like, I was gone for 30 minutes and you already have a kid with him. You betrayed me.
No, Jin.
No,
I don't think so. He might have like been in it briefly.
try to
He didn't
think.
talk to Sun, from what I remember.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't insult Son at all, so no reason to be there, I guess.
Get
There was
mad
a there's a good moment where Michael, of course, tells him like, "Stay away from Locke." Like, listen to what I say. And then Walt's like, at least he talks to me. Screw you. And then just walks away. And then Michael just lets him do it. Like, he literally watched his son, like, go off on his own. He's like, okay, well, can't stop him.
Damn, he got me there. Touche. Touche.
There's the little side plot where they go hunting the boar.
Yeah, well, not really. I don't think it's.
It's not really a side plot, but
It's the main plot.
well, the part of it where like they go hunting and then Locke, of course, just goes off on his own, and they just like assume he's dead. Like they just say
Yeah.
like, okay, he's dead.
Well, because the monster was heading that way,
I
so
get it, but it's like they go back to camp, and then Jack's like, "What happened to John or Locke or whatever?" And Kate's like, "Nah, he didn't make it." Damn.
did you find his body?
Like, no.
Locke's there with like a broken leg. Help me, help me. He didn't make it.
Stop telling me what I can't do, Helen. Um,
Locke realized he brought two useless people along with him, so
yeah,
he went on the hunt by himself. Michael just does not give off the vibes of Hunter.
no. Seriously.
Like, I don't know. I couldn't have brought in.
Well, it's not even the vibes of Hunter. It's kill a boar with a knife. You got to give off those vibes.
Like, who? I mean,
I'm bringing Hurley. If
Hurley?
anybody can go toe to toe with a boar, it's probably him.
Maybe like distraction. Like you want someone slower than you if you got to run away from the
I'm
boar.
just saying, the mano y mano, he would be the one that.
I mean, knowing what I know, I'd probably bring Jin.
Yeah,
Maybe Saeed. I mean,
I
we
mean,
know Saeed's. We kind of sense Saeed's a badass. We kind of sense Sawyer's a badass.
they already fought.
Yeah, it's true.
Another, I guess, aside is like, again, I don't really watch a lot of TV, but I watched some episodes of some new TV series. It just seemed like if this were to come out today, there would be a lot more. Seems like everybody would be in like way better shape with less clothes.
Yeah,
Like this was a different time. People in this show look normal.
it's true. There's no gay characters either.
Well, not
Right now,
yet.
at least right now.
Not yet. We're gonna get to that. One of my favorite characters
Yeah, the
likes to indulge.
indulge himself. The one gay character on Lost.
Is that really it?
I'm pretty sure.
It's just weird considering that it is a huge cast, but
Yeah.
I guess technically two, because he does have somebody with him in the.
Well, yeah.
I don't think he's named. Well, no, he is. I shame on me. I can't remember the dude's name, but he does say his name.
Oh, his boyfriend's name?
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Well, moving on. You don't get to. You
I'd
don't
say
get
like
to know.
Fernando or something.
No, it's not Fernando.
No, he looked like a Fernando.
It doesn't look like Fernando. That Fernando's like a Hispanic name. The dude was like Italian, right?
Yeah, you're probably right.
We can't spend too long talking about season 4 episodes, even though we've already talked about 2 different season 4 episodes at this point.
Um.
Uh,
Oh, this is the first glimpse we get of a little bit of Jack backstory.
oh, what with the seeing the guy in the
Yeah, which
yeah,
honestly kind of spooked me. I'm not gonna lie. That was a bit. I got a little scared there. I just didn't expect to see this G-man on the beach. Well, I was I was a little spooked out. I was like, "Ooh, that was creepy."
lost the horror show.
Well, it's when you don't expect it.
Yeah, we got a Jack episode coming up next, which just kind of feel natural.
Kind of the backstory I care the least about. I'm not gonna lie.
Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get some not as good Jack flashback episodes in season.
There's a really good moment at the end of this episode with Jack is when they burn the bodies. So they're burning the bodies, they're doing the memorial service, and then the camera, like wide shot of the plane burning, and then pans down to Jack alone on the beach, sitting alone, which was great because, like, it's literally just saying like nobody sits with Jack.
Nobody sits at Jack's table.
Well, I mean, it's true, like because it's
Yeah,
juxtaposition from earlier. He's going with Rose, and all of a sudden, it's like, nope.
Jack Jack eats mayonnaise like it's pudding. No one sits at Jack's table.
Uh, yeah, you weren't even there.
I can reference it. You
You
guys
weren't
talk
even
about it
there.
enough. You guys talk about it
Yeah,
enough. I get
because
to
it's a great moment. You kidding me? You talk about it too.
I would talk about it if I was there, but I at least get to reference it because it's a good story at least.
But yeah, I mean, that was a good moment to be like, oh yeah, is
Not
anybody
quite.
gonna come sit with Jack?
Wouldn't the big fire be better during the day? That's what I was like. The
I mean,
smoke.
I guess he's like thinking that there's gonna be people on the ocean no matter what, and it'd be easier for them to see like the light of the fire at night.
But I just feel like the smoke would have better range.
To be fair, it would probably be smoking in the morning.
Hmm. I guess that's true. Depending on how long it burns.
We didn't talk about it yet, but that plane's gonna stink.
And yeah, and like all it's gonna do is char their bodies. Like
Yeah, I know. Like
they
unless
they
they
they, they are not ash.
incinerate them.
Like it's TV. It's a notorious TV thing. You see in loads of TV shows and I guess movies as well. But yeah, that fire does not standard fire does not get rid of a body. It just chars it. They are just burnt corpses in there.
There's really like, what are you gonna do at that point? If you've got, they said like, I don't remember, like 20-ish bodies in there.
I
Like
think it'd be more than 20, but I don't know. I guess so.
a good moment from Rose too when she's saying like, "Well, my husband's still alive." And Jack's like, "Ah, nah, sorry."
No,
He ate shit.
nice
He was on the
try.
end of the plane there, and she's like, "Well, people on that side are probably thinking the same thing about us." So you're like,
Maybe they are.
maybe,
Maybe it's true.
maybe, maybe we're gonna get a completely second cast of characters.
What
That
if they?
or they're all fucking dead.
Hmm? What else happens in this? Who's Simeon?
I have no clue.
Simeon Simon maybe? Is there Simon?
I'm guessing it was
Simone?
uh see. Charlie Oly. I don't know what that means. Um, oh yeah, Charlie. I remember that's probably what I was like. There's so many moments of Charlie, like somebody tells him something, and then it's just him reacting, thinking like, "Oh, yeah, I guess that's right." Like just like, "Oh, yeah, okay." Like Charlie just kind of being a little lame brained. Because he says something like he didn't realize Shannon was just like using him to like get fed. And he's like, Boom is like, "I'm sorry, guy. Okay, I'm sorry to waste your time." And Charles is like, "Ah, well, I thought she was interested in me."
Poor Charlie. I'd still like to know who Simeon is.
Simeon got hurt. Surprise.
So one hurt is probably wrong as well.
Yeah, because like these are all being auto corrected is the problem, which is why I'm gonna start to take notes on paper instead.
So maybe it's her surprise. Simeon
No,
Shannon maybe
Shannon. It's
Saeed.
I think it's Saeed got hurt. Surprise. Surprise is right, I'm assuming.
I mean, Michael gets hurt. Michael gets like ran down by the boar.
I don't
Quit telling me
know.
to quit telling me to steal second or whatever.
Well, this will be fun for whoever watches this because they can look at these notes and then try to
Yeah, the notes will
figure
be
out.
on the screen
Yeah,
at
I'll
some point.
put the notes on the screen. Sit with Heck. That was Jack.
I don't know how Jack becomes Heck.
I don't know either. Simeon
Spooked,
got hurt. Surprise.
spooked suit, spooked suit made it through though.
Yes, spook suit. Well, because what I do is like, I'll remember it. Like it's auto corrected. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna redo it. I'll remember what I was meaning there.
Let's
Metro,
do.
Metro, and Randy. Those are both pretty easy.
Yeah, Sawyer calls
Yeah,
Boone Metro, like I said earlier, as well. Not Jack. I knew that.
makes more sense.
I just got to be like more confident on when I say stuff because
Your knowledge
you
is
know,
there. You remember the episode better than I do, and I watched it not too long ago. So
I mean, I'm getting stuff like mostly right. It's like within the episode. I'm not talking about something that happened in season 2 or something, or I'm an episode off or so. Not too bad. Also, not not a whole lot of flashback like material. It's just like 4 scenes, which I guess is standard for flashback scenes. You think?
yeah, yeah, it felt like there was more Kate, but I
Oh,
don't
the
know.
scene where everyone's kind of gets their introduction to Locke was good. Where he throws the
Yeah,
knife at Sawyer's head. He's like, "Well, you're either a good shot or a really bad shot, Mister Locke."
Mr. Locke.
Locke. His name is Locke.
And then I'm pretty sure they go back and forth between like they call him John and then Locke.
Hmm.
Um,
I think Kate might call him John, and most
yeah.
other people call him Locke.
Um, yeah. Then he kind of freaks out in the travel agency place. He's gonna go on his.
Which it's a really good scene. You still not you still not coming on the side of the music. I mean, music is great in that scene.
It's okay.
Ugh, lame.
Well, if it really hits me, if I really feel like impacted by the music, I'll let you know. So far, I kind of really, nothing stood out.
The thing that I wonder, what I was thinking about, is he's in Australia for this walkabout, which is just like yourself in the jungle, right?
Yeah.
Does he need like 12 knives for that?
They did say not to trust a person who packs that many knives on an airplane.
I mean, I guess they explain it and like, oh, he's going on the
Well,
walkabout, so
that's
he's
the
bringing the
thing
knife for the
with
walkabout.
Locke's character is like he's well read. Like everything that he knows is just like reading and such like preparing and not doing. So that kind of person would bring every type of knife that they're, you know, uh, knowledgeable about. Like,
But it's also like because he he still does the things. Like, sure, he probably just read everything he could about hunting and tracking.
yeah, but did he? That's another thing. Does he kill the boar?
I think he does, yeah.
Yeah, but I was under the impression almost like the smoke monster killed it.
No, I'm pretty sure it's him.
Well, I don't know. That scene kind of didn't really make a lot of sense to me because it's like almost conveying that like the smoke monster's like sitting there like looking at him.
Oh yeah, well they're
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
making eye to
yeah,
eye. They're
yeah.
definitely doing that.
And so I got the vibe like the smoke monster was like, yeah, here's your boar. But I guess maybe it was just imbuing him with courage.
Yeah. You can see Dominic Monaghan just got his little Lord of the Rings tattoo on his arm.
Yeah, I did notice that.
That's the 9 that they all got, except John Rhys Davies. I guess he didn't get 9 because he wasn't. I don't think he interacted with everybody as much as the other people did because he's playing one of the smaller characters. So there's a lot of stunt doubles,
Hmm.
size doubles, I guess, for Gimli and the hobbits and whatnot.
So what did he do? A lot of like, was it shot somewhere else, or he just didn't?
No,
He just wasn't
I
on scene with them technically.
yeah, I guess just not on scene all the time. Obviously, at some point he was, but like wide shots, it would be a
Yeah.
size double.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a letdown? Like, yeah, I was in Lord of the Rings as part of the Fellowship, but not that much. Not enough. They didn't ask me to get a tattoo with him, but
I think he might have like,
yeah, I'm sure he like said. I'm
I,
sure
I
if
think it,
anything, he declined the tattoo. But
yeah, I think it was more like no tattoos in general.
yeah, that sounds familiar. Like hearing that.
I can't, like, I don't want any tattoos. I can't do a tattoo. Maybe I'm sure some people just
Yeah,
like. Is there a thing? Is there like a condition where it would be ill advised to get a tattoo? Like, I'm not saying he has that, but is that like a thing?
I mean, if you feel like on blood thinner or something, I don't know if that's the case. That's what I could think of. I don't know if that's true, but and there's probably other conditions that cause bleeding.
Yeah.
Like you bleed a lot more than the average person.
What's the thing where like you have like thin blood, so like if you get cut, it'll just like
My
gush
skin's
and
made
you'll
of
die.
paper, and my bones made of glass.
That's yeah. I guess Sam Jackson and Unbreakable shouldn't get tattoos.
Every morning I break my legs.
Well, then don't do that.
The dude in SpongeBob.
Oh, apparently, I'm just looking at the like trivia. This is the episode where we find out Claire's name.
Really?
Yeah,
See, that's weird because I guess I wasn't even paying attention. Because I guess when you have a certain amount of like knowledge already, or like you're kind of you're not looking for like
yeah.
yeah clues and stuff or yeah, that information.
But up until this point, she was just the hot pregnant lady. Now she's Claire.
All right.
Uh,
Anything else for Walkabout?
uh, no, I mean, like I said, it's just a really
It's a
strong
good
episode.
yeah
Best so far, I'd assume, right? Favorite of the four.
yeah. Just because I mean, they really get the flashback down in this episode. Like
Yeah,
you feel for Locke. I mean, this guy. Like you feel like he needed this. Is really what it they get across.
yeah. That'll be interesting to do as well. Like, kind of keep track of our favorite episode. See if anything might surpass this.
I guess we can keep a ranking going.
Oh yeah, we should do that. We should. How would you want to rank? Would you want to like out of 10? Give each episode a blank out of 10?
Oh yeah, I was thinking like a hierarchy going on, but that too.
Hierarchy might be tough.
Well, I mean, it's obviously like there's just gonna be we can keep a top 10.
I think we should, after the season's over, we look back and create a top 10.
Hmm.
Let's see. Do you want to create some rankings now?
Yeah, I guess so. Might as well.
Let's see, I'm gonna make a little Excel chart for this.
Should we do this off podcast?
Yeah, let's do it on so
Yeah,
that
fuck it. You guys got to listen to this. You can't leave yet.
because next episode we'll just be ranking that.
Or are we creating the ranking system, or on the scale of where you were sitting in the plane? I give this the tail section of an episode. It sucked.
Nah, that seems like too much work. Okay, so episode 1,
You were in the
pilot part.
bathroom with Rose's husband. You're dead.
Out of 10, what would you have ranked pilot part 1?
Uh, oof. I'm not good at doing that. Like, it's more of like I'm more of a thumbs up, thumbs down ranker. You
Oh,
know.
that's lame.
I know, but like,
That's 1 out of 2. Where do you rank it? Come on.
well, no, it's more so like I compare things to like I'm more of like a comparison ranker versus like this was out of a 10 because I feel like I'm just gonna end up giving them all eights.
Mm.
It's like I would give Pilot like I'd give it like a 7.
7. You can
Yeah,
do points as well.
there's just really no good way to rank something like that. Like
I'm gonna say Pilot Part 1. I'll give it a 7.2.
I'll give it a 7.5.
You got top me. I see, huh?
Yeah, seven
Well,
point seven
I'm
point
giving it,
two.
I'm giving a 7.7 now.
Pilot, Pilot number one, 10 out of 10. That's our favorite episode.
And I can't do 7.2. That is too low.
Yeah, you almost gave it a 6 something. Come on, man.
I-
It's the first episode of Lost.
I'm gonna give it 8.1.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Maybe I should rethink what I gave it then.
Now, what about Pilot Part 2?
I give that a 7.
A 7.
Yeah. I don't even remember what happened in it.
I'm giving that an 8.5. So now we got Tabula Rasa, Kate's flashback episode.
I'm going to give that an 8.
An 8, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm going 7.6.
Hmm. I beat you.
Now Walkabout.
This gets an. See, it's like I want to give it like a 9, but then I know as we move forward, I'll have to change that ranking and be like, this episode is way better. But
You don't have to change your ranking. I mean, if you think this episode's way better, then give
it's
that
not.
episode a 9.2.
It's not. No, this is 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
These are locked in, by the way.
Oh, was this enough? I remember what that uh note was about. I was wondering like when these episodes are first coming out, they're on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I was thinking like the way people watch TV now, they binge it all at once. And so an episode where not much happens, it's not as big of a deal because you can just skip to the next episode, or you're gonna get another episode. But it's like you're thinking like, oh man, that episode's just about a bunch of hunting boars in the woods. Like that sucked. I don't want. Now I gotta wait a whole nother week. It's how
I
to
think
devise, give them enough in one episode to tide them over until the next week.
I think it's the reveal of him being paralyzed before the
Yeah,
crash.
yeah.
Like that, you can have not much go on in the episode as long as like the end is kind of like that's how Breaking Bad survived, right? I
Th-
mean, like
this podcast series needs to be almost redubbed. Dimitri watches a TV show because
like
the only show I've watched through is Breaking Bad.
and She-Hulk,
Oh, and She-Hulk too. Yeah,
Dimitri's
that.
two
Yeah.
favorite shows.
What can I say? It hooked me.
I mean, I watch it just because Daredevil was maybe gonna show up. Like Breaking Bad, you watch Breaking Bad, and like an episode of Breaking Bad is ninety
Oh
percent
yeah,
nothing, like
yeah. It
style
really
shot,
was.
and then like the last 5 minutes of the show would be some crazy shit going on. I'm like, oh, I gotta see what happens next.
Which is why I remember because I watched it after it had aired on TV, and I would watch it in like 2 episode increments because I'd tell myself like, okay, one a night, and like, god damn, I gotta watch another one. But then it'd be so late, and I'd be like, okay, all right, I can't watch anymore. But yeah,
It was because it was a binge. It was a binge watching. It was a show you were meant to binge watch before people were binge watching. It's like that's why the first 3 seasons of Breaking Bad, no one was watching, and then they put it on Netflix, and people were like, "Oh, there's this amazing show on Netflix. Let
because
me
you can
binge."
just go to the next one.
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
it's
that's true though, because I like you needed to watch the next episode, and then it happened again. Yeah.
because the episode would be, you know, 12 minutes of Walter White rolling a barrel through the desert, and then some crazy fucking shit would, Tuco blow something up or something at the end of the episode. Like, holy shit, we gotta watch what happens next. And then, really, did it ever really, like, bring back, like, oh shit, I gotta watch what happens next? Was that ever, like, satisfied in the next episode?
No, well, usually, yeah, it'd be like right in the beginning.
Was it, like
I don't
two
know. I
minutes
watched
of,
this a long time. Breaking Bad, I watched a long time
yeah.
ago.
Anyway, why don't we talk about Breaking Bad? We should talk about Twin Peaks like we like we normally do. But
Okay, so this
oh, I
episode,
I still got to rank Walkabout. Uh,
hey, now wait, what did I give? I gave what?
8.5 Walkabout.
Yeah, but t- Tabula Rosa
Yeah, that was an 8.
was an 8. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. So I'm gonna give this one an 8 as well, not an 8.5. This is an
Oh,
8.
you liked it about the same as Tabula
Yeah,
Rasa?
yeah.
Hmm. I'm gonna give this a. That's tough. I'm gonna say a solid 9.
Damn.
'Cause there's there's a lot of room between 9 and 10, and there's some 10 episodes coming up in this show. So
You you have a 10 episode on your mind.
there's I can think of a couple episodes that'll get 10 or close, or really close. I mean, you get a Lock episode, a Lock episode is going to be great. There's just certain characters, some we haven't met yet, but there's certain characters,
Just
you
like
know,
watching them suffer.
yeah, you know when this character has an episode, it's going to be a good one. Or conversely, when this character has an episode, it might not be that great.
Oh, I already know about that character.
Oh boy,
I'm looking forward to that.
the Boone flashback episode coming up. I'm
Do
sure
we
that'll
even
be
get a Boone flashback episode?
we do get a Boone flashback episode, and I don't think you remember anything about the Boone flashback episode, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, no, I like I said, there are some things I know nothing about. So
Boone is one of those characters, huh? You know nothing
yeah,
about Boone.
just I don't know. I guess CJ never really talked about Boone much. So
It's interesting because relatively speaking, there is a lot to know about Boone.
the neighbors were on. Oh, there's a lot of Juliet wherever they are. So
Your neighbors are watching Lost at the moment as well.
that's correct. They're I assume, just like me, lost virgins. So
They're on Juliet, so that's got to be. I want to say they're on season 4 because what you described does kind of sound like the other woman, which is like one of the 2 worst episodes of Lost in my opinion.
well, it was Jack. Well, what had happened in one episode prior, they were building things out of big sticks. Like it kind of looked like they were building like some sort of like oval place. Like they were banging sticks in the ground. I don't know.
You're just watching a completely different show that
Which
happens there.
which I considered was a possibility. And like I said, I only get these glimpses when I drive into my driveway. I'm not sitting I'm not sitting here peeping Tom and Lost, okay?
But you did see Jack though, right?
Well, today we're going to review this episode of Lost because this is the one that I watched from across the street. So
You said you saw Jack. You
I
definitely
did
saw
see Jack.
Jack.
I saw Jack and Juliet arguing at night.
Okay,
And
so
then this next Juliet, it was daytime.
So we know you're not watching Once Upon a Time because Saeed and Juliet are
Yeah.
both in Once Upon a
No,
Time.
no, they were on the Netflix pause screen. It said Lost. So
Oh, okay. Because there's like half the cast of Lost reunites in the show Once Upon a Time. So
ABC at that time, right?
yeah, well, they got to capitalize. They want to capitalize off the success of Lost, and
All right, we're pushing 50 minutes on this one, so
well, it's a big episode. You got to push
it's a
50.
big episode. We 25 of those minutes haven't been about the episodes.
Yeah, but we should think about some type of ranking system, some type of
I'll
you
have
know
to I'll have to think about it.
devise something like five.
I
I
would
rate
like
this
a sort of interactive experience, like a bracket system for characters and episodes ongoing.
bracket bracket system for character. What do you mean?
Well, like who's number one at that moment in time. So
Like
like
the
each episode, I'm gonna go back and change. Like, maybe he's back down. He knocked down.
MVP?
Yeah, we can keep like a real time view of favorites.
Statistics like this character lost a couple points for saying this weird thing.
Yeah, because by the end of this, it can't just be me watching Lost. We're gonna change the way people view television.
Exactly.
I wish I was capable of making like apps or something, because I'd totally make like a real time your favorite Lost character app. Give them all these rankings and stuff, and then it just tabulates it for you.
What if we like ranked aspects? Like you rank you rank the flashback, then you rank the
I was thinking something like
character
that.
work, then you rank the island drama.
Well, yeah, we could have like per episode, or so like each episode has its certain attributes.
Like special.
Yeah, like for each episode, yeah, it has a special, and then you can rank based on that, and then that'll give you the overall for the episode. So,
Interesting.
yeah, they're like,
It'll be
Jesus Christ, shut up and just talk about show.
it'll be a working podcast. It'll be work in progress.
Ooh,
Working
I like that.
podcast.
Well, ooh, there you go. We're working podcast.
Working podcast. I feel like somebody's used that as a title. Though,
Yeah,
so.
probably. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even apply to this, but
I feel like we'll only have like one person listening to this. So
if that.
that one person listening might be a guest at some point in the future. They're teasing stuff.
Why do I feel like that one person is just going to be annoyed at the way I talk about Lost?
Yeah. Well, there's another person who I realized I don't want on this podcast. He's not allowed on this podcast
Why?
because he will turn you against the show, and I want to win you
No,
over.
he's not going to turn me against the show. I can formulate my own ideas in the show.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You just want me to
value
like Lost.
You value his opinion too much. Like maybe in season 5 he can show up. By then you'll
No, not when it comes to movies and TV shows. I don't value his opinion.
He sways you too much, especially against me.
Well, you guys just have you guys have very usually opposing opinions, and I lean towards his, and so I'm gonna take his side. That's just what happens.
You too much.
Well,
even though I know in some aspects of my arguments that you're on my side,
you always turn him against me.
You do. So he is not allowed on the podcast.
I just sent him that. I sent him my notes, and then he's like, "What?" And then I deleted them. Just great.
What? Like, how often do you even use that chat?
I just happened to send him something earlier today.
Oh.
And the last time I talked to him was October of last year. So the only reason I accidentally did that is because I sent him something today. So
what was the last thing I said to him just by himself? I was looking at that. I was like, oh yeah.
The only reason I was going to send it to the group chat. It would have been better. But I was like watching a reel on Facebook and it said, oh, followed by this person. I was like, oh, I see you.
So yeah, I'm not letting him on this.
Well, when my opinions grow strong enough on their own.
Yeah, maybe then. Once I feel more confident that he won't sway you against it.
He's trying to turn you against me.
He's a hater.
It, I feel like Lost isn't as well liked as it is popular.
Yeah, it should be much more popular and
Well, like I feel like it's popular, it's just not well received as it is like known.
well,
Like
there's a
people,
lot of dumb people out there, you know.
it's almost one of the like the meme shows before it was really memed.
I mean, you know, you get a lot of people who didn't really understand the ending somehow, even though I thought it was pretty simple, kind of easy to understand. But there's a lot of dumb people who, you know, don't understand the ending.
Well, we'll
And
see
you
if
know
I'm
what?
one of them.
I feel like I should just get this out. I like. I'm just gonna throw this out here. This might be slightly spoilery, but I don't want you to have like preconceived notions or anything.
Well, no, you can't tell me that. I gotta go in
Nah,
my
nah,
own
nah,
thoughts. No, no. See, all right. That's it for this
no.
episode.
It's not
It's
worth
going
it.
on 56 minutes.
It's
I
not worth
think
it.
we're
Well,
done. I'm done recording. So.